Greetings everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dominion Extreme Damage Roarin Allosaurus. So I picked this up at my local Walmart alongside the Coelosaurus. I have very little interest in repaint/retools with some exceptions, and this Allosaurus is absolutely one of those exceptions, and I'll explain why later in the review. I also like what Mattel is doing with the packaging. In the background, you can see the warm colors, which indicates that it takes place at dusk. And the packaging for the Legacy Collection takes place during the dawn, and the one for the mainline takes place during night. So good job on Mattel with the packaging. Going to the back, of course we got an image of the toy with its gimmicks, and the other three figures in the Extreme Damage line. I will pick up that Velociraptor in the future, but I'm in no rush. So let's waste no time and free the Allosaurus. Here is our Allosaurus out of the box, and it's just glorious. I never thought that a retool would surprise me this much. And in my opinion, I think it's probably the best retool that Mattel has ever done. Let's take a look at the detailing, which is one of the reasons why this figure is so good. Just look at the head sculpt, all that crisp pebbling and scalation, and see the crests and the detailing around the eye. It's just awesome. Then we open up the mouth. Of course, there isn't a whole lot going on, but in my opinion, the mouth is that area of detailing where it doesn't need a whole lot, but just enough to make it stand out. Then going down the body, just look at all of that visible detailing. It's just gorgeous. See the musculature, the skin folds, and even these little scars. See, it's just awesome. Then here's the underbelly, and the other side. See, all the same amount of detailing. It's great that this toy has the crocodilian-like osteoderms that the adult Allosaurus from the movies had. Mattel's previous versions of this dinosaur omitted this feature. And speaking of those, here is the Dinoscape Roarin Allosaurus, specifically the repaint. And yeah, you can see the huge size difference. In fact, the size of the Roarin Allosaurus is what caught many people's attention. It's certainly big enough to terrorize any Stegosaurus in your collection. And also the detailing difference. This one is still good for its size. You can see some pebbling, but it's mostly just soft and smooth detailing, especially when compared to that. The paint job consists of a grayish blue on the top and on the tongue, which makes it resemble a blue-tongued skink, and a sandy gray on the underbelly. It contrasts well with each other, and it closely matches the Jurassic World Dominion Allosaurus render. As for articulation, you can move both of the arms, the legs, the ankles, and the tail. So that makes 7 points of articulation in total. Well, 9 if you want to count the upper and lower jaw that are connected to an action feature, which I'll talk about right now. So, since this is called the Roarin Allosaurus, it's going to have an electronic feature. So when you press the button, he opens up his mouth and roars. So the roars seem to be in no specific order, and I'm glad that there are no T-Rex roars, and most of them seem to be original roars, excluding that one JP3 Spinosaurus sound. But I wish that they were to give it that roar from Battle at Big Rock, because in my opinion, that was one of the most terrifying dinosaur sounds ever. The second gimmick is the Extreme Damage. Push down on this piece to reveal its innards, and you pull up the rib cage. There's its guts, which are made out of a rubber, very similar to the Dino Rivals Albertosaurus. And here's the scan code if you want to add this dinosaur to your Jurassic World Facts app. Now let's talk about the features that shows how much Mattel has improved on this Allosaurus from their previous versions. So we already talked about the detailing, and you can see they painted the toe claws, which is great, though unfortunately they didn't do it with the hand claws. But look at this, they actually continued the patterning down the tail. You see Mattel, that wasn't so hard, look how much more complete it looks. And the tail looks to be a little bit larger, but not by a considerable amount. And they actually fixed the balancing issues by giving it articulated ankles, a stiffer plastic in the legs, and they feel pretty sturdy. They're not loose, and they lock into place very well. Starting off with our comparisons, we have the two Roarin Allosaurus figures from the Dino Escape line. These two combined is about $30, so pretty much the same price as this guy. Up next, we have the Dino Showdown Allosaurus by Hasbro. I still think that this is the best Jurassic Allosaurus toy. The detailing is just phenomenal, plus the neutral pose and the ball joints allow for more posability. But I'd say this one is a very close second. Next, let's bring in the Roarin Ceratosaurus. the Action Attack Stegosaurus, and the Action Attack Carnotaurus. Here is the Stomp and Escape T-Rex and Extreme Chomp and Spinosaurus. Here are some Legacy and Extreme Damage toys. Up next, we have some small dinosaurs from the main Dominion toy line. In front of us, we have some of the larger dinosaurs. Of course, we can't forget about the Hammond collection. Last but not least, we have the Collecte Xiphactinus and the Collecte Mini Xiphactinus. So that wraps up my review for the Extreme Damage Roarin Allosaurus. Overall, a very well done toy, a retool you should definitely check out. It really shows that Mattel is improving. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. My main issue is the size of the tail. Like I've already said, it is larger, but it's still small compared to the rest of its bulky body. Other than that, still an awesome figure. So if you guys enjoyed this review, hit that like and subscribe button, and let me know in the comment section of what you think of it.